11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. What a fight! I think Canelo won it.
Juan, the Hispanic causing panic, Lascano.
Smile from Manny Pacquiao. Oh, counter serve!
Mano derecha en dos oportunidades. El Canelo alcanzó a hacer daño con él.
Thanks to those joining me live and those that'll be joining me on the archive, D-Style here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you saw the press conference. I really wish I could have gone live after the whole thing, but I literally finished watching Canelo and this would almost wet it. I texted a couple friends about it, and then I literally just I literally boom, 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 and I went into work. You know what I mean? It was literally I was almost late to work watching this shit. And that's how you know this thing was effective. That's how you know it worked. That's how you know it grabbed people's attention. Because ain't no press conference that I could recall in a way would have made me almost be late to work. Nothing would have happened. I mean, it is what it is. But still, I'm just giving you some perspective. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the bell so you're notified every time D-Style Boxing goes on live, and all that good stuff. Now, people are talking about the Ryan thing. I'm going to get to that because I'm going to lead to it. Believe me, I have a lot to say about that. But this press conference, bruh. Let's see if I can find the whole thing. I can't. Let me see. I probably should have had this ready before I went live, but it is what it is. Shout out to King Rye.
When Jaime was 21 years old,
I found it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give commentary on this, so stay tuned. All right, here we go. Let me give a quick rundown. Let me give a shout out to everyone who's live here first, and then I'll do the rundown. Chicano Prophet, shout out to you. King Rye, Anthony Sanchez, Viva Padres, El Pachuco, Aztec 101, Andre Rodriguez, okay? And I do want to give a shout out to Cholo Trucker out there somewhere. Haven't had a chance yet. I'll probably after this live go watch this fight. He had a boxing match, and I want to go check it out. It's $19.99. I'm definitely going to get it. That's how much my lunch almost cost, bro. I went to Whataburger yesterday and asked for one extra thing, and it was $20. What? What's going on? What the hell is going on with these restaurants, bro? And then I keep hearing, because they raise the minimum wage, it's because of this, because of inflation. Okay, so when the AI robots take over, then I'm totally expecting to go buy a burger and a combo for $10 again, right? Because you're not going to be paying the workers no more. But I guarantee you the price will keep going up. But that's not here nor there, okay? All of a sudden, they're going to keep raising the prices. It has nothing to do with raising the minimum wage. But we'll see, all right? Anyway, so a lot of people are, what did he say? What did he do? That's why I'm here. All right, so let your friends know. Hey, D-Style's about to translate this shit. All right, so let your friends know. Plus, I got people in the chat that speak Spanish too. So if I get one, if they're like, no, I actually meant this, or you forgot this one part that said that, it'll be in the chat. So that's all that good stuff. Shout out to El Pachuco. All right. Cheers. Great. I never expected a dude called El Pachuco to say cheers, but hey, nonetheless, cheers. Great show. Luis Neri was training in El Paso, Chucotown for his upcoming fight. Was he? Jimmy Dore performed in El Paso last week. It was a good time to be in El Paso. Y arriba, Ciudad Juárez, Juaritos. And shout out to El Chuco. Was Luis Neri really training here, bro? But for real? I didn't know that. I swear to God, I didn't know that. Look, that's crazy. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and talk here. A lot to talk about and all that good stuff. A shout out to Juarez as well. But let's go ahead and play this, and we're gonna go from there. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's play this. I'm gonna start first of all. Actually, before we even go to the thing, Batista. I know, but I gotta give you the whole. You see, people need to understand that there's no doubt in my mind that Oscar De La Hoya did this. The main reason he did this is to try and get in Canelo's head. I think he's trying to rile up Canelo. He's trying to get even more red. And he's trying to get him to fight emotional in a fight, use less ring IQ, use less ring savvy, and fight with more emotion than anything. Okay. So I think it's very important, ladies and gentlemen, that everybody understands what the motive of Oscar here and whether you want and how Canelo reacted is something to keep in mind. I'm not talking about the words that are said and who's telling the truth. I'm talking about the emotion that was shown and can that have an effect on a fight? I don't have my opinion about that, but it's something for you to think about, right? Let it marinate. We're not going to marinate like a boxing match. We're just going to marinate it for a couple of minutes, okay? And we're going to go ahead and listen to this and keep in mind that despite the motive, what led to all this has a lot to do with questions that both Oscar and Canelo have been asked. And I'll give you my opinion on who started it, but first we're going to go over it, all right? And we're going to go from there.
Remember when Jaime was 21 years old, volunteered to step in against Triple G, and Canelo failed 2 drug tests? Though Jaime wasn't allowed to fulfill his dream, 2018, on Saturday night, he will do just that. Fulfill his dream and be world champion.
Tienen que escribirle lo que tiene que decir este pinche maricón, cabrón.
Now, I don't have the clip, by the way, really quick. This clip didn't have the part where Oscar, and you guys have heard it. He said it in English. You don't have to hear it again. Where he said, hey, put respect in my name and all this other stuff, and we built you. But right there, Oscar basically threw in the 2 failed drug tests. He threw in how Jaime supposedly wanted to step up to the plate to fight, and I believe the commission wouldn't allow it. That's not here nor there, but okay. There's a lot of talk about stepping up, Oscar, when you didn't step this dude up for years. Can somebody explain to me before the Ryder fight, who did this dude fight that you were like, oh shit, he's gonna fight him? I'm just saying, okay? Like you were ready to throw him in there with Triple G at the age of 20, or 21, whatever, but he just had his big step up, bro. You had him fighting dudes like Jimmy Cali and Gabe Rosado, and I mean, no offense to those dudes, but that's who you had him fighting. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's get to this. Canelo's saying, you don't even feel what you're saying. You're reading off a piece of paper that somebody wrote for you. And then he called them a word that I cannot say live on the internet. Okay? Oscar De La Hoya called him get it? All right? You fucking get it? All right? And I want to make sure people understand. All right? I want to make sure people understand. Canelo at this point, we know, and I think Oscar knows, if you bring up the failed drug test, right? That's what Caleb Plant did. That's what led very similarly to the confrontation. Now, Canelo at the time said, oh, because he called me a motherfucker. He's talking about my mother. Canelo knew he wasn't talking about, Caleb Plant wasn't talking about his mom. He knew this, right? But that's the reason he used to go confront. Like, he wanted a reason to go up to a dude and maybe smack him. Like he wanted a reason. He didn't want the reason to be the bringing up the drug test, right? And Oscar did something very similar to Caleb Plant. He really did. But what he did was he started calling him all types of names. And what did he make it about? He made it about, you're not even reading what you're saying. You're not even saying what you don't even believe what you're saying. Look at what you're saying. Look at what you're doing. Look at all that, right? And then Canelo got up and told him, what are you, right? You don't even write what you say. You don't even do anything around here. These people over here write it for you. Somebody else wrote it for you. These people over here run your company. And you know what? I'm not saying Oscar doesn't have any role in his company. He's technically the CEO, but Oscar De La Hoya himself admitted he wasn't doing anything for Canelo. He admitted it in his speech. Yeah, I was going through problems. Mental health, yeah. You left out the part of the cocaine. You left out the part of the drugs. And you also left out the part where when everybody abandoned you and left, they packed their shit with Schaefer and went over to Al Heyman. Canelo stayed with you. You left that part out. All right? Now, Canelo could have said all that, but I don't think Canelo was interested in setting the record straight. I think he was pissed off. But I'm letting you guys know what's up. You're admitting you weren't there for your fighter as a promoter. There's other interviews Oscar brings up, oh, he's complaining because I wasn't there for him with Mayweather when he was embarrassed. Oscar, you were embarrassed by fucking little ass Manny Pacquiao. You shouldn't be talking about embarrassment. But okay, cool. All right. Oscar De La Hoya, okay, who is obviously angry that Canelo left him. And you keep hearing him say things like, he left me when I needed him the most. And then he has my foot. Okay, I had problems, but then you put your foot on my neck, and this didn't just randomly happen. The problem with De La Hoya is that he likes to throw shots at people, bro. You know what I mean? Oscar De La Hoya loves to throw little shots. He likes to start shit, and then he plays the victim. All right? And that's what he's doing in this case. He's talking about suing for defamation. I'm going to sue for defamation, saying that I steal from fighters. No, I'm gonna steal for defamation. Oscar, you ain't gonna sue for shit. I promise you, Oscar. He already lost a lawsuit against Canelo. What are you gonna sue him for? For calling you out about you losing that lawsuit? How do you sue somebody, right? Because they mentioned the fact that they beat you in a lawsuit. How the fuck you sue for that? Defamation. Are you kidding me right now? This is just facts, ladies and gentlemen. Let's listen to a little more. Listen to a little more.
Tú lo escribes, ¿qué lo escribes, pendejo? Tú no escribes nada, cabrón, tú no haces nada. Tú no haces nada.
Yo lo escribí.
Eres un pendejo, eso es lo que eres.
Eres un baboso.
So, baboso. Now, I have the proof. Go to yesterday's HCP. Go to it. All right? And you're going to see me talking about Oscar De La Hoya is going to be reading off a piece of paper. This is the exact paper I used. He'll be reading off a piece of paper, right? And I said, if he talks shit to Canelo, I hope it's not off of a piece of paper. Okay? This dude was literally reading while talking shit. Yeah, and you better put respect in my company's name because the company has the same name that it's always had. And when you tested positive twice, Jaime was 20 years old, and he wanted to have the fight for himself to prove himself against Triple G. The fuck you doing, bro? Like, what the fuck you doing reading off a piece of paper? And somebody else, like, dude, you couldn't say all that without the piece of paper, bro. You've been beefing with a dude since 2019. You're telling me you can't speak from the fucking corazón, from the heart to this dude? He talks, bro. I never seen a dude read off his trash talk from a piece of paper, bro. You tell me when you've seen it. When have you seen it? And Oscar wasn't like that. Everybody, oh yeah, that Oscar's a real one. Like, y'all never saw Oscar De La Hoya press conference, did you? You never did you? Mayorga was insinuating that his son was gay and was talking about how, like, make sure your wife gives you huevo en la mañana because you're not going to be the same. And Oscar just sat there. Like, I'm going to come for your belt. I'm coming for that belt. The belt, I'm coming for it. All right? Every time, like, I'm just going to try my best. And you know, I'm going to try my best. He's a tough opponent, but I'm going to try my best. Like, he wasn't a trash talk. The most I ever heard him say was like he's going to knock out Barkins. That's the most trash talk I ever heard him say. Wow. Okay, all this is a bunch of bullshit, bro. Okay? Now, that's not my point, Nando. Canelo's going to fuck up Munguia, too. What I'm saying is that Oscar De La Hoya and his little, groupies are going around saying that you need to talk trash and the way Oscar used to do it. This is what Oscar wouldn't do any of that. Oscar wasn't like, he turned into this later on, especially with just Canelo. I never seen it. Like, are you kidding me right now? So here's the deal. All right. I know Nando has like a nice little special place in his heart for Oscar De La Hoya. Okay, that's fine. All right. But everything I'm saying is facts, though. I haven't said anything that isn't true or isn't correct. Nothing. Tell me what I said that isn't true. Not don't give me D-style, but you did it too, D-style. Like I mean, yeah, sometimes I did say a round table notes. No, this is actually a Spanish Causing Panic, episode 82. And it had notes, right? And I did use them, right? But nowhere in these notes do you see trash talk. Don't see it. Nope. It's not there. But so anyway, you don't write nothing. And then Oscar's like, I did write it. Like, he's like, Oscar. Oh man. Anyway, let's listen to more.
Un pendejo, cabrón, porque están nomás ahí. Los que hacen todos son los que están detrás de ti. Tú eres un pendejo nomás con la imagen, idiota.
You're an idiot. It's just your image that they're using. They're just using the name Golden Boy is what they're using. Everybody else around you runs shit. Okay? That's what he's saying. Did I miss a super chat? Oh, my bad. Slight tendencies. Canelo first take. He'll fight David if the money is right. I know I saw them on first take. And he said he'll fight him tomorrow. He doesn't have a problem fighting him. I think that's the right message, quite frankly. I don't think he should put numbers out there. I think he should just say, hey, look, man, I'll fight anybody. It's a business. I'll fight anybody. That's it. Just keep it at that. But I agree with what he said. Thanks for the super chat, brother. I appreciate it. Now, is Canelo lying? I mean, look, everyone has people that work around them and do stuff for them, right? So I'm not saying Oscar didn't do anything, but Oscar was insinuating that he built Canelo's career and he himself, like, he matched him up properly and he's where he's at because of him and no one is saying that Golden Boy Promotions didn't play a role in building Saul Canelo Alvarez into the star he became. Nobody's saying that. I'm not going to argue that, but to act like, I mean, at the end of the day, you didn't carefully matchmake him the way you're insinuating, motherfucker, because you didn't want him to fight Lara, and you admitted to that. In fact, Roberto Diaz, who was a matchmaker for Golden Boy, made very clear two things to us. Number one, he didn't want him to fight Lara either. Neither did you. Nobody at Golden Boy did, but he insisted he do that fight. So there are fights where Canelo said, no, I want that fight, right? The Austin Trout fight. There's fights that he pushed for that you were not willing to do. There's fights that he pushed for in a way that Munguia obviously hasn't pushed for you to put him in that position, right? Look how long it's taking you to finally get a big fight from Munguia. So it just is what it is. He was already a big mega attraction in Mexico, right? You sign him to Golden Boy and you put him on Floyd Mayweather undercards. I get it, right? And that was smart. But at the end of the day, you need to understand, right? Oscar gets this. Oscar knows, Roberto Diaz told me, like, we didn't matchmake Canelo. Canelo told us what he wanted to fight. Now, there could be a whole little argument about how, like, oh man, I don't like that. Okay, that's fine, but it does go contrary to what Oscar was saying. It does go contrary to that. Point blank and the period. All right? Let's listen to more.
Y para este imbécil intento de gente que tengo aquí a mi izquierda, que no se le olvide que...
Now, I did mention Canelo called him a get it in Spanish. And we got like some words here. So shout out to the chat. Help me out here. Imbecile is obvious, imbecile. So he called Oscar an imbecile as well. He called him estúpido, which is basically calling him stupid. You're fucking stupid. That's how I translate it. Baboso, I guess that's like buffoon, right? So the lawyer called him a buffoon, right? So that's where we stand at this point. I saw Munguia laugh. Munguia's just sitting there like, I got nothing to do with this shit. I'm good.
Yo ya vine siendo el Canelo a Estados Unidos y que solamente lucró con mi nombre. Nunca perdí un solo centavo, sino nomás ganó dinero.
Canelo's basically saying he only profited from my name. He never lost a single cent. He only made money with me.
¿Ya le pagaste a Golovkin lo que le quería robar? ¿Sí?
Did you pay Golovkin what you try to rob from him, he said. Now, it's alleged, all right? The lawyer basically signals, yes, of course I paid him.
Muy bien, porque sí, también, pero si no hubiera...
Oscar said, hey, I paid you too.
Si no hubiera metido a mis abogados, me lo robas.
If I wouldn't have gotten my lawyers involved, you robbed me. Here's the thing. Oscar the lawyer never denied that. And here's the other thing. This is not about the litigation with the zone. You know how I know that? Well, I know that because he was still with Golden Boy when he signed with the zone. He fought the third Golovkin fight with Matchroom USA. That was a promoter for the third fight. The first two fights were under Golden Boy on HBO. So according to Canelo, he was getting underpaid by Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy, and he had to get his lawyers involved so they could pay him, rightfully pay him the money that was agreed to. That's what Canelo was saying. Oscar in post-fight press conferences, Oscar, and all he has said is, yeah, that I steal from fight. He's speaking in very general terms. Because Canelo after that says the following, and I'll play it.
Es lo único que hace este hombre es ser una lacra del boxeo, robarle a los boxeadores. Para el que esté con él, meta por favor ahí a sus abogados porque seguramente les está robando.
So this is the statement that Oscar's talking about, because at this point, Canelo went from talking specifically about a situation, right, which you could do, and then he went on to a very general statement, and eres una lacra del boxeo, right? He steals from the fighters, and then he suggested to all fighters that are with Golden Boy, make sure you get your lawyers involved, take a closer look at what you're getting paid and your contracts, because surely enough, he's stealing from you, right? I don't know. I'm not going to go that far. I think if I was Canelo, I would have just stuck to just what happened with me, but okay, he went there. And that's what Oscar's talking about. I'm going to sue him. I'm going to do this. And he didn't say sue, but he said, I take that very serious. And I'm going to make sure he's going to hear from me again. I just don't, I don't know, man. I just don't personally, anyway, right? I just personally don't see Oscar De La Hoya suing him. Let's listen to more. Nando's just mad because it's getting real against his boy De La Hoya. That's all he's getting mad about, but it's okay.
Que viene a hacer al boxeo. Y a lo único que viene es a robarle la atención a Jaime Munguía. No.
Oscar says, daddy is, and Canelo says, hey, look, all he's doing is stealing the attention from Jaime Munguía.
Viene a promoverlo. También le roba.
He's not promoting.
La atención a la gente que hace las cosas para la cocina. Ya no.
And then the good stuff, which is why Nando is running for the door. You notice how Nando left right before the good stuff's about to start, where Canelo really gets De La Hoya. You know what I mean? Because Nando, stay around and defend us, one, please. I want you to. Where you at? Nando's the hardest worker he's ever been. Like, what's going on? Yeah, I'm not into this Chiefs, man. He walks out right when the good shit's gonna start. Right. Look at the policía. You're the policía? Oh, man. He also steals attention from people for the cooks in the kitchen.
Saben si hacerlas como consoladores o como cazuelas o algo.
They don't know to make them like dildos because this guy puts it.
Porque acá se las mete el muchacho.
Because this guy puts them inside. Let me read this Mail Online News thing that I see on this video here. Look at this. This is very convenient. Exclusive. Oscar De La Hoya and ex Shana Mockler are at the center of a $2 million extortion plot after two Instagram models filmed the naked boxer engaging in deprived sex acts with kitchen utensils at his home. And that, do you notice the lawyer went from "Who's your daddy" to and clapping to all of a sudden Oscar De La Hoya had nothing to say, and then he's talking about defamation. I'm going to sue him after the nah, bro. You put shit in your asshole. You shouldn't be talking shit. I'm sorry, bro. If those pictures of fishnets are out there and you got fucking, okay, this is the type of shit you were doing instead of promoting. That's why you lost all those fighters to PBC. That's why you lost all. That's why. And Canelo still. You could almost say it was a malpractice as a promoter how you were acting, and Canelo still stayed around. He stuck around while you were. You admitted you weren't around. You admitted you were drugged up. You admitted you weren't doing your job. You admitted you had mental issues, and you left out the part of the drugs. You left all that out. And you're trying to play victim. You're trying to martyr yourself. Yeah, he keeps talking about it. He has his neck in. No, Oscar, you're hating. Okay, you're throwing shots every time Canelo fights. Canelo doesn't even mention you. You're throwing shots. Okay, you keep talking shit about. You've been talking shit for years since he left you. Because when people leave you, you're emotional and you like to hate. That's what you do. You're jealous of Eddie Hearn. Why? Because he took Canelo from you in your mind. You refer to it as poaching fighters. That's what it is. That's the truth. What happened to Nando to that? He's talking the truth. Yeah, facts. He said it to his face. Canelo said that to his face? Canelo literally said, and you know Canelo had this one. Like, you know, he had it in the chamber, right? He had it in the chamber. Like, he had this one ready to go, right? Like, Canelo had this one, and he was thinking to himself, you know what? Fuck this dude. Like, he wants to go like that. I'll go like that. Right? So, yes, Oscar De La Hoya lost the litigation suit to Canelo. Canelo was in the right. That's why he won in court. That's why DAZN still worked with Canelo. Immediately after the litigation, after suing both of them, he immediately, boom, back with DAZN under Matchroom. No problem. But Oscar De La Hoya, for the longest time, was using profits from Canelo fights to subsidize the rest of a stable. That's an ungrateful promoter, bro. Any promoter that tries to insinuate, you're not shit, I matchmake you properly, that's the only reason you got, is a piece of shit promoter. Because first of all, you do that with all fighters. That's number one. And you're wondering why he didn't stay with the dude. Why would he stay? Ryan wanted to leave, bro. And he couldn't leave because Austria had him under contract. He had Canelo under contract. You tell me why Canelo's no longer with him. If he could have kept a leash on Ryan and wanted to leave, why couldn't he do it with Canelo? The answer is simple. Canelo was in the right. De La Hoya was in the wrong. And getting my lawyers involved to get the money you owe me. Well, if he's talking about that you pay Golovkin what you owe him, well, he's talking obviously about either the first fight or the second fight. And this hypocrite still promoted the, like, what you're against guys testing negative now for positive, or I'm sorry, positive for test? You still promoted Canelo plenty of fights after that, Oscar. But Oscar ran out the window. I didn't say, I just said it tested positive. That's all I said. I didn't say whether this or that. I just, yeah, he's doing the same thing Caleb Plant was doing. Okay, cool. But my point is, you're a hypocrite. You kept promoting dude. If you're supposed, like, you know what I mean? So what's your point? He squared up to him. Oscar said he was ready to fight. Bro, you're almost 50, bro. Sit down, bro. Or is already 50, one or the other. But whatever. So people out there are happy. Oh, it's going to help sell the fight. Yeah. Okay, cool. It sells more pay-per-view. Great. This is a factor that's made the fight interesting for some people. You know what I mean? But make no mistake about it. I mean, Why didn't anybody in the media ask Oscar about the comments about the kitchen utensils and whether they don't know whether to mold them like dildos because they don't know what the fuck this dude's gonna do with them? I mean, so like it's why didn't anybody ask about it? Because he won't have an answer to that. Oscar never even denied those stories, by the way. And there's the if there's if he was getting extorted, because there's a video of him naked, like getting whatever cooking with kitchen utensil with two broads, you probably shouldn't be talking shit, bro. Like I'm just putting that out there. You know what I mean? And of course, yes, Munguia did laugh, but Canelo said that. I don't. He's like, I don't know what to do right now. This is awkward. I'm not even gonna. See, Munguia didn't even look over at Oscar. He just kind of Munguia just looking forward, but the whole time he's like. You ever, you ever like be in the middle, like go to dinner with people or something, and like two people start getting an ugly like argument, and you're kind of just, where the fuck's Nando, bro? So like he knew what was gonna happen, bro. Nando, he knew where it was going. He's like, oh, yo tengo que ir a trabajar. Yo no ando aquí. En los jueves aquí nomás en el YouTube. Yo tengo un trabajo que hacer. Yo no ando aquí como el D-Style, nomás aquí hablando en el pinche YouTube, en los pinches, los jueves. Yo soy un hombre de trabajo. Yo no ando aquí con los chismes. Ya me voy. Not those boss or nothing. Man, that was like shit. Man, I could probably fire a couple of people right now. Like shit, this dude could do the whole job himself. You know what I mean? Hold on, guys. Let me get this quick phone call. Hold on. So, like, yeah, Oscar's keeping it real. Yeah, Oscar told it to his face. But as soon as we find out, as soon as Canelo's going to say something to us, all of a sudden, I mean, the dude's like out here having a union to run or something. Okay, cool. Okay, it's all good, brother. Oh man. But look, at the end of the day, let's say they both told the truth. So, whose truth hurts the most, right? Would you rather be a guy that's, maybe a little ungrateful, but you left and that's your right to do, and you're still doing big things in the sport, right? Or a guy that was trying to be a thief and lawyers had to get involved so you could pay that fighter his money. And second, you were a guy that was a chef with kitchen utensils with two broads in your house while you were naked. Which would you rather be? Right? And the truth is, Oscar doesn't really leave Canelo with enough, right? you could definitely say that Canelo does. I'm not delusional, guy. Yes, Canelo does owe Golden Boy Promotions. You know what I mean? Like gratitude, right? But are you going to give someone, even if you owe it to them, are you going to give it to them when they're being dicks to you? When it like, you know what I mean? Like, are you really going to do it? Would you do it? So like, I'm just saying, man. Like, Oscar's been a dick to the dude, bro, since he left. All of a sudden, Canelo wasn't a good fighter. All of a sudden, Canelo is doing everything wrong. All of a sudden, he's just angry that Canelo left him. And yes, when Canelo left him, Golden Boy was in very bad shape. And Oscar's come back from it. Good for him. But that's not Canelo's job to carry your company. And at the end of the day, when you did business together, you made profits. You made money. He did his job fighting under your banner. He did his job. It was your job to promote him. That was your job, bro. So acting like he owes you something, well, I mean, that was your job. And obviously you were in the wrong or he wouldn't have gotten out of the contract. Fighters don't leave contracts, bro. I saw Don King leave dudes in the shelf for years because they couldn't get out of a fucking contract. Okay? I saw Don King show up like a fucking pimp, okay, to an MMA show and drag Ricardo Mayorga out of the MMA show because he was still under contract with him. Okay? He still owed him a fight, and then later on that fight ended up being the Cotto fight. I'm telling you right now, Mikey Garcia, how long did he stay on the shelf? Canelo took him to litigation, okay, and he won. Like, Canelo's not going to say, I got my lawyers involved, and you have to pay me money that you try to rob from me, right? He's not going to say that, guys, without Oscar saying, what the fuck, you're lying. Esa es una mentira. That's a lie. He wouldn't have said that. That wouldn't have come out of his mouth. So there's no doubt in my mind. Canelo would have probably done the whole like, bah. Remember he did that shit to Plant? He did the karate chop, bah. But, okay. But look, one thing's for sure. The fight is being talked about more than ever now. There's attention on the fight. I have a tweet out. I tweeted out about this. I was just joking, but people are.
Canelo failed 2 drug tests.
Oh, this is hilarious. So there's more, by the way, but I'm sure you guys can check out those interviews. Hold on. So, let me get to this. I said I was going to segue to it, so let's segue to it. So, but I did tweet this out. Canelo is going to get canceled if people translate what he called Oscar as 1.5 million views. Now, I was joking. I don't think he's going to get canceled. And people are saying dumb shit like, oh, no, Mexicans don't do that. Well, Mexicans don't need a translator, you idiot. But anyway. So Oscar De La Hoya's over here like, yeah, Canelo tested positive. Right? Okay. And just a couple hours later, breaking news. Ryan Garcia tests positive. I mean, you can't make this shit up, bro. You're talking all this shit, then your fighter under your banner tests positive right afterwards. You can't make this up. I don't. This is crazy. All I know is that he tested positive. That's all I know. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying he tested positive. Yeah. Let's hear what Ryan had to say. It's the weakest shit I ever heard, by the way. But let's hear what he has to say.
For whatever reason, but no weapon against me. What's up, everybody? I came on here to address this bull fucking shit claim that I cheated.
Lies.
Yeah. Everybody knows that I don't cheat. What can I say? You know, why didn't they come out with this before, you know, the fight? If they found it before, why would they let me step into the ring as a cheater and then come out with a victory and then they post this, you know? Again, these are people that are trying to attack me for whatever reason, but no weapon against me shall prosper. I never taken a steroid. I don't even know where to get steroids at the end of the day. I barely, you know, take supplements. They're saying it's coming from the ashwagandha. That's fucking retarded. So, lies. Big lies. I beat his ass. Fuck out of here. Everybody go to Warwick tonight. It's lit. And I was with this guy every single day.
Yeah, so Ryan also tweeted out, I volunteered to take the test. So why would I take something if I knew I was going to take a test? That's not our problem, bro. Like, what do you mean? Like, if you were stupid enough to take something when you were going to get tested, it's not our problem. Like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. And because people try to take stuff, like, I know people that smoke weed and they know they're going to get tested by their job, but they have their little, they think, and some of them, sometimes they do get caught, sometimes they don't, but because they have their little remedies and, oh, you eat enough pepinos before dinner and you drink so much water, it'll pass a test, or you know what I mean? My homie will give me some of his piss or whatever. Also, little oil will hand me one of his utensils or some shit, and like, whatever it is, right? But that's not, because Alicia Pumpkin, I said the same thing. I said, why would I agree to it? If I don't know. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. Like that's not for us to figure out why you were stupid enough to take something when you knew you were going to get tested. Everyone who gets caught knows they're going to get tested. That's not a defense. Okay? It's not a defense. I see people get fired at the job. Like, they don't say, why would I show up to work if I knew if I did this, I would get fired? I mean, that's not, you did it, right? Yes, okay. Look, Ryan Garcia has a right to appeal. He has a right to, but everyone says, oh, I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Mauricio steps up and like he's been doing, and he just says Ryan did nothing wrong. I don't know, right? Maybe Ryan will say what he says, but what I will say is this: his defense is already crap. Oh, they're doing it because I endorsed Donald Trump. Yeah, that's not how it works. Oh, they're doing it because this and that. Oh, they're doing it because I'm a Christian. Bro, literally like 99% of boxers in the U.S. are Christian. Right? Well, what are you talking about, bro? Oh, it's because I've been representing Christ. Have you? Whatever, right? But he has a right, but like, okay, he's got some broad and some dude with sunglasses inside. Like, sorry, I'm allergic to stupid asses. He's got some broad right there, like, yeah, lies. So what? Like, oh, everyone knows I don't do drugs, so. Oh, so what if it was like, and the people are like, you agreed to the drug test and you tested positive, brother. Oh, but why wasn't why didn't they have the drugs? Like, the reason they didn't have like the results is because it takes time to do the test, okay? And Ryan knows this, by the way. All right, you sign off on it, and they send it to the lab. They got to do the testing, okay? And then the testing comes out. This is protocol. Sometimes if the test is far out enough, they catch it before the fight. Sometimes, okay, because the drug testing is a deterrent. That's what it is. But they do take drugs right after, right before, because it's random, right? The drug testing. Just because they did the drug testing right before the fight and they didn't have the results after the fight is not a defense. It's not a defense, brother. And Ryan himself, he's got some old tweets. I mean, look, let's hear from Ryan himself. Let me see if I can find this tweet here. Okay. Where's it at? I can't find it for some reason. But there's an old screenshot of Ryan saying there's no excuses. You test positive, I want to hear it. Like this, like you're a hypocrite, bro. You're a hypocrite. Again, Mario P, you're asking questions that have nothing to do with anything. Why would anybody need steroids? He got caught with an illegal substance. That's it. That's the end of the story. I don't, and this is not like some weak ass thing either. Like this is like it's whatever, right? But if we go by the Ryan rule is no matter what, he was calling out Alicia Bumgarner before like a couple weeks ago. Like, oh yeah, well you tested positive, so I don't want to hear you say shit. Well, I don't want to hear Ryan say shit either because he tested positive. Okay. I don't want to hear Eddie Hearn's being a hypocrite. I don't want to hear it doesn't matter to me. Now, granted, look, maybe it was a contamination. But you can't use a contamination defense if you're saying they framed you. This is why you're supposed to shut the fuck up. This is why you say, look, I didn't take anything, and you let your lawyers take care of it. That's why. You don't say something stupid because you're going to have to go to the, well, theoretically, the way it's supposed to work, you're going to have to go to the commission at some point, and you're going to have to explain yourself. And they're going to, and if they're doing their job right, they're going to bring shit like this up. So it is what it is. And look, remember that one girl that you know, Team USA kind of excused her because she got it from like from sexual intercourse. Like, I don't know, maybe Ryan could use that, right? Oh, I was eating a brat out, and you know, I got it from her. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe you could say that. I don't know, but you, it's gonna be hard to use the contaminated excuse, right? When you're saying that you were framed, when you were saying they're doing it because I stand for, like, what the fuck does it stand for, bro? Oh, he spoke out against pedophiles. I don't know one person that doesn't speak out against pedophilia. I would think you would speak out against pedophilia. I would think you would. Everybody does. So what if he spoke out against that? But Ryan said he was taken advantage of, let's put it that way, in the middle of the forest and was tied up or tied down and forced to watch little kids get, you know what? That's what he was saying dumb shit like that, bro. And he never spoke about it ever. Like, he never went to authorities about it, never raised awareness about it after all these years, after he saw that. All of a sudden he had something to say about it. And now he doesn't seem that bothered by it. He's over there partying, he's smoking the Haney, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's taking pets before his fight. He's not bothering to make weight. He's doing little rap videos. It doesn't seem like he's bothered by it. Now, will Suleiman do the hookup? Probably. Yes, we conclude that Ryan did not knowingly take the substance, and it was a contaminate. It was in a system, but it was a contaminate, not knowingly take. And that is what he's done. Okay? I have no idea, Andrew Rodriguez, because they haven't overturned Alicia Bumgarner's decision. They haven't overturned Anybody else's decision. Now, let me look up Canelo's positive test real quick. So Canelo, all right? Canelo was going to rematch Gennady Golovkin, all right? He had signed to fight Golovkin, right? Let me pull up the CBS Sports article. I'm going to make a point here. I'm trying to find the date this came out. What date? What was the day that they canceled the fight? Canelo versus Triple G. Canceled. I'll call it that. I can't find the date they canceled the second fight. Okay, I found an article here. Hopefully this will answer it for us. SB Nation. This article was on April 3rd. Okay? April 3rd. They put this article out. The May 5th bout was canceled with Gennady Golovkin. Because the results came out before the fight. April 3rd. The test, according to this other article, he tested positive February 17th. February 17th, it was canceled early April. It takes time for the result to come out. Now, we could have a discussion on it should be faster, it takes too long. All that's fair, but it's nonetheless, that's the time that it takes. And if you look at all these positive results, all of them, there's a gap between when they took the test and when the result came in. So when Ryan says, oh, well, why would they let me fight if I took the test before? When Tank Davis is some stupid like the result comes out 48 hours after. That's not true. The test, the results take time to come out. And even when they test positive, and then they do an internal investigation, they let the promoter know. They try to figure out what's going on. The fighter has maybe a right to kind of appeal it. And there's a lot of processes involved. Now, Ryan will exercise his process to appeal. But he's already fucking up. Get a hold of Ryan, whoever his handlers are, and say, Ryan, just maintain your innocence and leave it at that. Stop giving an argument, because the argument that's going to work is going to go against what the fuck you're saying. Okay? Boxing historian appreciates the support, brother. He says, no truth teller believes Ryan Garcia. Know that. I spoke to someone and I will be doing a video on Ryan. Man, I appreciate the support, brother. And that's all I got, guys. I got to end this because in like 2 hours, I'm going to start work. I need to kind of like, let's get some stuff done and just kind of get ready for that. So I appreciate everybody on X and on YouTube watching. Got a total of 100 if you count both platforms. So I appreciate that. And everyone has a right to believe what they want. Ryan has a right to appeal. And he may very well be innocent here, right? Which is why we got to follow the process. Let's follow the process and we'll go from there. Let's see what the evidence shows. I'm God's chosen is not evidence. You know what Brian's really doing? I'm not even that religious of a guy, but it's called blasphemy, is what he's doing. Okay? And for any religious people out there, any true believers of God, and especially like Christians, to be co-signed this just because he says things like, I could believe in God. If you don't have God, what you got? And just saying general dumb shit. Like, when he says certain things, I'm just saying. Now Chicano Prophet said we should stay on code. Just like some people stayed on code for Alicia Bumgarner. Some people stayed on. I get it, okay? But I'm not. Here's what I'll say. Let's let the facts come out. Someone tell Ryan to shut the fuck up. And someone tell Tank to stop being Ryan's attorney on the internet. Like, they're saying some stupid shit. So with that said, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is the Style Boxing. Keep it boxing. I'm out. Peace.